Raythu, you're 10 minutes late and can fly. What the hell? Yeah, I offered to fly Eric back home, save him and Lindsay some gas money. No loop-de-loops this time, on account of the stitches. Fair. Smelled the cookies you gave him. I assume taking the hit for Cyrus also knocked out your grudge? Yeah. I don't think we'll ever be friends again, but I can't bring myself to be angry with him anymore. Hell, he can even come by the cafe, chow down on a muffin and coffee while he recovers. I saw the hit. It was bad. I genuinely thought Cyrus was giving first aid to a corpse for a minute. Lindsay's already enchanted in a new protection charm. Good. Feels weird. What, not holding a grudge? Yeah. Anger is exhausting. Holding on to it costs more energy than flying across the continent. When you finally let go, it's like unclenching a fist that you've been holding for hours. Takes a while for the pins and needles to stop. Yeah. What about Valifar? I did try to jellify him, but Hurla got to him first and insisted on returning him to his land to face the wrath and justice of his people. Piece of shit is back in the Abyssal Realm, where he will be tried for tax evasion, running from their police, skin stealing, and he's in hot water with some other mafia groups too. Don't know if that translates to more charges or a bullet. As long as he keeps his ass out of our realm, I don't care. The hell? What? Look at that customer. They trying to sell something? I don't know. Hey, ma'am? What are you doing? Oh, I was just getting to you. Here. If you died today, are you ready? Yes, I am done with this shit. You're gonna leave Nicole to deal with it? Oh shit, yeah. And I can't take her with me. She'd want to stick around and try to help everyone else stuck here. I know, right? Cyrus too. Why do we have to date people with morals? Their asses look good in jeans. What? No, read the other side. A Bible verse. Really? Do you not see the Star of David? Oh, then you definitely need this. I do not. Yeah, I've had enough Bible thumpers tell me I'm an abomination just for breathing. If God is real, I'm calling him a bitch to his face and walking backwards into hell. I'd say save me a spot, but Jewish theology dictates that there isn't really a hell. There is a supernal washing machine. I'm gonna go. Explain? Gehenna. It's basically purgatory where sinful souls go to get cleansed, like a washing machine cleaning dirt from socks and or destroyed. It depends on how you ask. Huh. Look, I know I'm supposed to defend you, and I will, but these are serious charges. I think it'd go better if we cut a deal. I have nothing to confess. You're an Oni. I get it. Wolves eat meat, Onis eat people. You're not all cannibals. Only a handful of Oni throughout history have actually eaten people, just like those European trolls and giants did. Gives the rest of us a bad name. Still, the fact remains that this isn't going to go well for us if we don't try to cooperate with police. Not another word. Who are you? Blue Johnson. I am Yuna Nakamura's new attorney. What? What? You said you couldn't hire a private attorney. I work pro bono. And for snacks, your sister made me those little squishy red bean cookie things. Moki? Yeah, those were so good. She's making me more now. If you can pay in money, I'll take it, but it's just gonna go to snacks anyway. Might as well cut out the middleman. You, out. You're a fairy, and you're an Oni. Us paras have to stick together. Now, I see that you have been charged with murder, one for your human husband. Weird. They haven't even found his body yet. Nope. So my job will be a lot easier if you tell me everything. You wouldn't be the first housewife I've met who've killed her man, usually for abuse. No judgment. Did you do it? Yes. Okay. Why? Well, I murdered him with an axe because I found out that he was touching our daughter, and I boiled him in a soup and ate him to get rid of the evidence. Well, that definitely makes my job easier. Does it? Oh yeah, the evidence against you is paper thin. If they don't have a body, they don't have a case. They are praying for a confession, because without it, they'll have to rely on the racism of the jury and judge. And while I can't do anything about the judge, I can make sure that the racists in the jury are at a minimum. But if we're lucky, we can get the state to drop the charges entirely. Then why was the public defender trying to get me to confess? Well, he's a racist. He does the same with his non-white human clients. Anyway, I need a few more details. Yes, I will be taking notes. For me. If you want notes to reference later, then you should write your own. No, I will not be making anyone coffee. The machine is right down the hall and very easy to operate. We can wait for you. That is a good idea, Steve. That's why I suggested it 5 minutes ago. I know we want to cut back on spending, but our employees are already stretched thin enough to break. If we lay off any more people, we're going to cause burnout. We can hire new employees at lower salaries if necessary. That is the 6th time you've interrupted me in the last 20 minutes. And for something so morally reprehensible, too. No, I will not be able to act as translator for when the Chinese investors show up. Well, for starters, I am Japanese. That is my mother tongue, not Mandarin or Cantonese. Secondly, I am not paid to be a translator. So if we do get Japanese investors and you want me to be the interpreter, then we'll need to renegotiate my contract. We're done? Excellent. Cyrus? Hey, Yuna, feel free to say no. I know that you said that you've got a pretty stable corporate job with a chunky salary, but I'm opening up a law firm and could really use a PA/legal secretary? Yes, absolutely. Where do I sign? That bad? If I am asked to make coffee for one more balding white man with an Asian fetish, I am going to make my cannibal ancestors cringe. Well, you're definitely not going to have that problem here. My employees get a CaFae Latte discount code. And dental. Can you come over on Monday so we can haggle salary, preferably without making me defend you in court for cannibal charges again? You haven't done that since the 70s, and as your friend and lawyer, I really do encourage you to keep that streak going. Delivery! I have stacks of drinks and a ton of pastries. Oh, thank you, dear. You can put it on the counter there, and if you could fetch Cyrus for me, that'd be great. I am already here. Drek, my man, thank you so much for being the delivery boy. You're the one throwing in a $10 tip. How's life outside of food service? Busy. I spent all day yesterday in court with back-to-back cases. The day before that was spent talking to clients, half of them in ICE detention centers that I'm pretty sure are purposely designed to kill them before their court date. And the day before that was spent with a paralegal doing research. And having cake. Why cake? Because I just won my first court case. Is that coffee? Yeah, we labeled all the drinks and JC put all the gluten-free and dairy-free pastries in that smaller box. May Allah bless all of your pillows to be cool on both sides. Thank you, Drek. Cyrus, you need to hire another legal secretary, maybe 2. I do? Yes, the caseloads have increased much faster than we all thought, and I cannot keep up, especially not with 4 sons and a husband who also works full-time. My daughter did volunteer to help at home, but she got approved for her dig early, so that's no longer an option. A dig? Well, she's an archaeologist, best in the field. Name a country and she's been there and can probably speak the local language, too. That is so cool. I'll put up a job list. Sorry, Yuna. I really thought we had more time to get our feet under us. A miscalculation on all of our parts. I'll be happy to work overtime for the appropriate pay until it's sorted. Bill me the extra hours. I should probably hire an accountant, too. Well, I'm heading back. Let me know if you guys need anything. Thanks again, Drek. Walk safe. Are you okay? Oh, and she's gone. Weird. Morning, Bob. I've got a lazy bum for your kitchens. I suppose I can accept him. Why do I let you drive me anywhere? Saves gas and you get to spend some precious time with your old man. Is it too early for me to get a coffee? I've got an all-day shift at 4th Street. It is never too early for coffee. 1 cream, 2 sugars? Thank you, Bob. You've been putting in a lot more hours. Is everything okay? Oh yeah, nothing to worry about. I'm covering for Lindsay. She took some shorter shifts to help look after Eric, but now that he's on his feet, she's back to her regular schedule. I'm telling her that as awful as that story is of Eric's dad trying to kill him, she should use it to sell more of those protection charms. That is an awesome way to re-traumatize a guy. Yeah, probably. Sound like a therapist there, kid. Just a Gen Zer. Although, I have been applying. To colleges? Absolutely not. I'm not going 6 figures in debt. I've been looking at trade schools, either welding or plumbing. Plumbing. Welders are getting hit with AI, but an algorithm can't unclog a toilet. Algorithms have nothing on magic. I'd rather not test that theory. Proud of you. Thanks, Dad. And here is your coffee. Give my best to Lindsay when you see her. You got it. Drek, your shift finishes an hour before mine. If you want to wait, I can pick you up. I think Rathu and I get off at the same time, and if I have to choose between riding a dragon versus literally anything else, what, your old man's ride isn't cooler than a dragon? Nothing is cooler than riding a dragon. He makes a fair argument. Yeah, he does. All right, see you at the house. Later, Dad. So what's on the to-do list? This is what's wrong with your generation. You're all so soft, too sensitive. Millennials and Gen Zers are the participation trophy generations. And who gave us those trophies? It is just such... What? Who gave us those trophies? We sure weren't the ones who made and bought and handed them out when we were 8. So who was it that insisted on giving everyone a participation trophy? Well, I don't even have to do a silence spell. We only did that because you would throw such a temper tantrum when you were left out. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Are you kidding? We didn't want those trophies. We fully understood that participation trophies mean nothing. Showing up to an event is not an achievement and certainly should not be rewarded the same way as people who actually earn stuff. We did not want it, and a lot of us were very vocal about that. The only ones who said that they liked the participation trophies only did it because they knew that that was what their parents, usually Gen Xers, wanted to hear. Well, then you were one of the good ones. Most people of your generation are such spoiled brats. Again, even if that's true, which it's not, how is it our fault? If a kid isn't raised right, you don't blame the kid, you blame the parents. So why are you giving me shit for your bad choices? Well, I never. How dare you? Silence. You may speak again when you leave. I never understood the idea behind participation trophies. Yeah, right? Hey, as a millennial, the same. Also, can I get some sugar packets for my coffee? Of course, they're on that small table by the wall. Drek, no personal calls while on shift. I gotta go. Why? What's wrong? My dad's dead. I just saw Rathu fly off like a bat out of hell. What's going on? They needed to give Drek a ride. To where? He's got another 6 hours. Either the hospital or his mother's house. His father was just killed in a traffic collision. What, Cord? No way. Needless to say, I will be taking Drek off of the work schedule for the next week or so, unless he insists otherwise. Fuck. Wait, Nicole gave Drek a protection charm to put in his car. Yes, my understanding is that Cord parked across the street from the food shelf. It doesn't have a parking lot. When he stepped out of the vehicle, he also stepped out of the charm's area of protection. A negligent driver drove through the stop sign and the crosswalk that he was using. That'll do it. Anyone ID the driver? According to Lindsay, whom I just got off the phone with, they got a good image of the car and license plate in the new security cameras that Eric helped them install. Police are currently investigating. It won't bring back the dead, but it can provide some sense of closure, perhaps. Yeah. Anything we can do? I know it's a trope thing to say, but I really do hate funerals. I think there are very few people who don't. But I have to admit, Cord found a way to make this one more manageable. True, I love the colors. Samantha, Eric, Lindsay, thank you so much for coming. Oh, of course, I loved working shifts with Cord. They were my favorite day of the week, even when he was giving me crap for dating a convicted criminal. Yeah, he gave that to my face rather than being passive-aggressive or sneaky about it. Gotta respect a guy like that. Hey, sorry I'm late. Court case went long and I had to get a black suit. Okay, 2 questions. Where's Drek and why isn't anyone else wearing black? Oh, don't worry about missing the service. We're just happy you're here. Drek is in the other room with some friends and nobody's wearing black because my husband put it in the will. He always thought it made a bad day worse. And that it was better to remember happy memories than to dwell on the loss, so colorful clothes and fuck formality. It is really hard to argue with that. Okay, let me see what I can do. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. It's lasagna. Cooking instructions are on the top for you and Drek. You cooked? Mom's idea. Apparently grief steals the energy for self-care, so one of the best things you can do for a griever is give them something easy to pop in the oven or microwave. Yeah, Nicole's parents said something similar. What'd you make? Lasagna. Nothing fancy. You? Chicken breasts stuffed with wild rice, spinach, mushrooms, garlic, and I added some lemon and oregano to the breading. Wanted to hit as many food groups as possible. Show off. Damn right. Help me find some room in the fridge. Patrick outdid both of us with like 20 homemade microwave dinners. It's the Leaning Tower of Tupperware in here. Can I just say that I'm really glad your dad's dress code didn't force me to tie a tie? Because I hate that shit. So did he. I'm pretty sure all of his are clip-ons. In fact, he hated most fancy stuff. Didn't see the point. Hard same. No offense, Pop. They're not for everyone. Cord struck me as the type of person to prefer getting his hands dirty. You have no idea. So, when I was a kid, we didn't do a lot of vacations, but when we did, it was usually camping because, it's cheap and fun. And Dad was always the one who set up the tent and cooked the food, and a couple of times even took me out fishing so we could catch dinner. And I almost lost my stomach a couple of times watching him clean the fish. They're just blood and guts. Everyone has them. Well said. Nope, I can handle food waste, I can handle wet hair and trash and what gets flushed down the toilet. I refuse to have anything to do with blood and guts outside of life or death situations, okay? We keep the insides inside. Wimp. Damn right. Oh, one time, while camping, Mom and I went walking down a trail while Dad cooked dinner, and he would always say, "Watch out for bears," every time we did. There were never any bears on the trail. What there was a goblin making bear noises. It's important to stay alert in the woods. And I had forgotten all about that. He cackled so loud when he got us. I know, right? Joke's on him. He's the one who had to clean my pants. Oh, Karma, we love thee. I specifically told you, you don't need to be here. Yeah, well, tell it to my bills and lack of breadwinner. I understand that. However, you won't be able to help anyone if you experience a mental breakdown. Oh yeah, do tell me, Immortal, how to deal with a death in the family. Sorry. There really is an anger stage in grief. I just want a distraction. I can't sit around the house moping all day. That will trigger a mental breakdown. Apology accepted. We have an empty house, so what's the root of this anger? The man who killed Cord? You would think so. The guy was texting and driving, then tried to flee the scene like a damn coward, but honestly, I don't care about him. He can die or win the lottery, I don't care. Your father, then? Why didn't he stay? What do you mean? I mean, Hotel Yacaranda gets to keep their grandpa around from fucking World War I, but I can't get another 5 minutes with my dad? What the fuck? You are going to hate the next words out of my mouth. Ghosts and wraiths only exist because they are in pain, because their spirit is so broken that they cannot move on until it is healed. The fact that your father isn't lingering is a good thing. His life was cut short, yes, but he still had a good life, and to your point, he had full confidence in you, your mother, and your community. He doesn't have to stay because you are supported and capable and loved. Moving on to the afterlife is healthy, and it's something we will all do someday, even if some immortals try to deny it. When I last saw him, I called him Blame, because he had a beat-up Bentley and I could just hitch a ride with Rithu. I don't recall him disagreeing with you. No, he didn't, but I don't know. I wish I told him I love you rather than just see you later. Actions are much more precious than words. I think it's safe to say that he knew. I've got dishes to do. You do. Husnia did say that she was coming in early if you would like to leave early. Yeah, I am. I think I'll take you up on that. This is fucking bizarre. We barely knew Drek's dead, but it feels so weird to try to go back to normal. We are not mourning Cord, we're mourning Drek. They say misery loves company, but it's more that people are simply designed to be empathetic. Hurting one hurts several. Ugh. Funeral was cool, though. I mean, never been to one where no one was allowed to wear black. Yes, thank goodness for glamour. Cyrus and I did not get that memo, so we both had to make a quick adjustment. The Iron Witch caught off guard. It happens. That's Drek's backpack you just knocked over. Oh, shit. It's rather rude and illegal to go through someone's mail. And I should care because... Hey, Drek? Buddy? Yeah? Hey, did you knock over my bag? Yeah, sorry. You got accepted into trade school? Oh, yeah, I just got that today. Holy shit, dude, congrats! You're doing welding? Well, actually, that one's for plumbers, but, I don't think I'll go. What? Look at the address. Oh, it's an Amherst neck of the woods. Duluth? Yeah, you could probably earn some babysitting money looking after Zatha, if you don't mind being set on fire. That's a 2-3 hour car ride from here. I'd have to get an apartment and live up there, and look, it's just not a good time for that. I don't think there will ever be a truly opportune moment. Yeah, and this is an insane opportunity. This says they're going to be paying you to attend, not the other way around. Your mother also has a supportive community beyond you. I saw several faces at her funeral, friends and family that I was unaware either of you had. You won't be leaving her alone. Just consider it. Large mocha and a flour cookie. Your total comes to $11.45. And what about my military discount? Oh, you served. Could I see your military ID, please? Here. Ah, you're a military spouse. That works. Damn right it does, and you will address me by my husband's rank. No. Civilians, you know nothing of basic respect. Excuse me, Miss Bob, couldn't help it over here, if you don't mind me taking this one. Ma'am, first of all, this woman served in her home nation's military for centuries, as well as the United States, reaching back to the Civil War, as well as her son, so watch your tone. Second of all, I'm also a military wife. My husband served 40 years in the Air Force as a firefighter, and I would never. Pardon? You're not gonna be addressed by your husband's rank because you ain't the one getting shot at and having to take a shit in a ditch, all while being thousands of miles away from home and the basic pleasantries of life. I don't need to hear this from an enlisted man's wife. My husband is a lieutenant. Well, good for him. You did not achieve that, and you'll have a much happier life if you make an identity for yourself outside of your husband. I was raised in the 50s, and I know that. Cancel my order. I'm not in the mood for coffee anymore. The absolute nerve of some people. Military life is rather cultish. I'm sure you remember the days when it was genuinely difficult to forge an identity outside of the uniform, even if you weren't the one wearing it. And being financially dependent on someone makes it much easier to base everything else on them. Oh, sure, but there are still ways to hit goals and achievements outside of the relationship. I made sweet tea and snacks for all the boys jumping into fires, helped the other wives on base with babysitting, learned knitting and crocheting, organized some church functions at the base chapel, helped some of the boys and their wives study for high school diplomas and college entrance exams, especially on their math problems. I may have been financially dependent on my husband, but I made damn sure to contribute to the entire community on my own merit. When he finally retired, there were more tears for me than there were for him, and I'm proud of that. If you had been a part of our revolution in the Fae realm, you would have been the jewel of my military camp. Damn right. How's Drake doing? I heard about his daddy. He's all right, handling it as healthily as one can. He took today off to discuss some options with his mother. And they're going to pay you to attend? Well, not right away. I'd have to take some classes, and then when I get an apprenticeship and I'm doing on-the-job learning, that's when I start getting a paycheck. This is remarkable. Yeah. Bad timing, though. Look, when opportunity comes knocking, you don't worry about whether you're in your pajamas or your hair is brushed or otherwise you look a mess. You open that door and you take it. I'd have to leave you here. Oh no, you'd have to leave me alone in a beautiful small town full of friends and community and a fairy who will give me discounted coffee. Hey, you haven't worked for her, alright, so you might not get a discount. You need to grieve, yes. But you can't put your life on hold. If you did, your father would come back just to hit you over the head with a newspaper. That's not as discouraging as you want it to be. Yeah, okay, I'll start apartment hunting, I guess. Your father got a life insurance policy when he started working at the food shelf. It'll be paid out by the time you move. We just said the plumbing school is paying me to attend, and I have a chunky savings because Bob overpays everyone. I will take half of the policy to pad my savings further. Attaboy. No, darling, if you're gonna have a little fridge with ready-made drinks for customers to buy, you cannot use Northside tea.
Really?
Absolutely not. It is far too bitter. And avoid New Mexican sweet tea while you're at it. I've lived in this country for almost 2 centuries, but many of your ways are still strange to me. Is New Mexico not considered part of the South? No, it is part of the Southwest. And much of its cuisine is incredible. As the name suggests, they borrow quite a bit from our southern border, and it is phenomenal. But their sweet tea is just lightly flavored water. And when I tried it for the first time, what was that line from that movie? Right. Dishonor on you and dishonor on your cow. Noted. So, Arizona tea? I personally am not a fan of the flavor, but it is perfectly respectable, and you can't go wrong with 99 cents. I also heard that the CEO is a decent person, so that's good. Drek, darling. Hi, Miss Caroline. Bob, this is my 2-month notice. 2 months? That's when lessons start. I'm going to trade school. Oh, congratulations. We need more tradesmen. What type of trade? Plumbing. Oh, excellent choice. Robots can't take over that one. I know. I also know that this means we're going to be down 2 employees in a very short amount of time, but don't worry, I found a replacement. Hi. That is not so technically my decision. Do you want to deal with mountains of applications and interviews? Mark, did you bring a resume? I don't have one. This would be his first job, but he's a hard worker and he's really good at cleaning dishes. He stuck around to clean mine after Dad's funeral, even after the dishwasher was full, and they were spotless. Also, I checked, even though he's almost 15, it is legal to hire him in Minnesota so long as his hours are between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. He's not working more than 40 hours a week, and he can't work more than a single 8-hour shift within a 24-hour period, which shouldn't be too hard anyway, because, he's still in high school. Extracurriculars? Does hunting count? Or getting lost in the woods? That was one time. Yeah, one time that almost got you eaten by cannibals. Also, he's really good under pressure, if a bit moody and sarcastic. Oh, so he'll fit right in. Drek, you make a fine argument. You will be training him. Mark, when can you start?
are storms that the heavens made. Our blood runs fire, our dreams won't die. We touch the edge of the infinite sky. Through the dark, we find our way. Turn the night into endless day. Rise up, we're breaking through the stars. Human spirit, burning like quasars. Rise up, they'll never see us fall. One small voice, but it echoes through